Hello students, welcome to Target AES. Let us continue with module number 18, and in this module we are going to study fly ash and other admixtures. When it comes to fly ash, let us try to understand that 68% of India's electricity comes from thermal power plants. Okay? So in thermal power plants, what are we using? We are using coal. So in common language, the energy which is stored in our fossil fuels, for example coal, we are converting into electricity and we are using in our houses. If you are taking India, what is the population? More than 1.3 billion, right? Soon, within like next 10 years, we will be world's first populous country. If you are not aware of it, we are going to beat China in next 10 years. So we have so much population, and everyone in India, we can say that they use electricity to some extent, right? So to produce so much amount of energy, we also need so much amount of coal, agreed or not? So there are tons and tons and tons of coal which is burning every day in our thermal power plants, agreed? So whenever you are burning something, you will be getting certain amount of ashes, agreed? So similarly, whenever you are burning this coal, obviously you will be getting these ashes, and I am calling these ashes as fly ash. Okay, so when I am taking certain coal, it will have certain impurities, because वो तो ज़मीन से ही मिलता है ना. We have to mine the coal, so obviously it will have the impurities similar to that of clay. You will be having aluminum oxide, Al2O3, silica, SiO2, and we also have this ferrous oxide, Fe2O3. So these are very common things which we generally find in our coal. So whenever you are burning this coal, obviously carbon being the major constituent of coal, it is organic, and as soon as you are heating it, it will obviously oxidize. So what will be left? This inorganic substances जो भी है, it needs very high temperature. उतना high temperature तक आप heat नहीं करते हो coal को, so this will be left over and this will form my ash. This ash I am calling as fly ash, as simple as that. Okay, but there could be some amount of carbon, but majority compound will be this only, aluminum oxide, silica and ferrous oxide. But there could be certain amount of carbons also, because if certain amount of coal is unburnt, because it is not mandatory that 100% of the coal will be burnt, right? There could be certain amount of coal which might have left unburnt, so it could be contributing to some amount of carbon also, but major composition will be aluminum oxide, silica and ferrous oxide. Now comes the very important part. These ashes, okay, these are waste products of our thermal power plants. So obviously you will be getting tons and tons of this fly ash every day from our thermal power plants, and obviously you cannot just leave it idle like this. Okay, you can see, right? So this is the fly ash, maybe somewhere near thermal power plants, you can see, right? So all these diagrams are of fly ash. So you can see basically there is some power generating unit here, and here you are having so much amount of fly ash. So you cannot just leave it idle, because क्या होगा, if air comes, so obviously it will carry these particles, tiny particles. These are very fine particles, only 1 to 100, to be precise, 1 to 150 micrometer will be the size. Okay, so these are very fine, and when people inhale it, it will go into your respiratory system. Obviously it will damage it, agreed or not? So आपको health problems आ जाएगा if you leave this fly ash idle on it. So it creates lot of nuisance, so you have to dispose it. To dispose it, you need lot of land, and in countries like India, land is very costly. Okay, तो इसका disposal का बहुत problem हो गया. We need a way to use this fly ash, or else it will create nuisance to us. So what is the way we are using this fly ash? We are using it in our cement industry to manufacture cement. Okay, not only directly as a constituent of cement, it can also be added as a admixture. Okay, while you are making concrete, right, we use cement plus water plus fine aggregate plus coarse aggregate, right? So in addition to this, you can add fly ash. Okay, or you can replace certain amount of cement, like up to 30% of cement you can replace with fly ash directly. It is up to you. Okay, so this is about fly ash. We can use it in place of our cement to some extent. Up to 30% of cement we can go for fly ash. Now why we are going for fly ash? What are the properties which make it attractive? So and one more thing, this fly ash, right, obviously it will come from the coal, and as well as these flue gases, whatever they are going out, right? यहाँ पे क्या रहेगा, we cannot allow the flue gases to go directly. There will be electrostatic precipitator. So there, this electrostatic precipitator will also correct certain amount of fly ash whichever is going from our flue gases. Okay, so these are the sources of our fly ash. Now coming to the properties, obviously this will be very tiny. These are ashes, right? घर में आप जला के देखना, the ashes which you are generating, it will be also very fine. So the ashes will be very 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 fine. It will be less in size compared to that of our cement also. Already our cement is very fine यार. कितना fine रहता है? 45 to 90 micrometer range में रहता है basically, right? It could be even less. But when it comes to fly ash, the range is in generally 1 to 150 micrometer, but mostly it will be at the lower end only. 1 to 10 micrometer mostly it will be. Okay. So this is about fly ash. It is finer than cement. If something is finer, it is good or bad? Obviously it is good because it will be having more specific surface area, but the disadvantage is obviously water requirement will increase because specific surface area is more. Now you need more water to wet this area, right? So what is happening? Your water requirement will increase if you are using fly ash. Okay. So this is about fly ash. And one more thing, a very important bit which is frequently asked in examinations: what is the fineness of your fly ash? What is specific surface area of your fly ash? It is 3500 centimeter square per gram, or it could be even more than 5000 centimeter square per gram. In general it will be this 3500, but ऐसी कोई guarantee नहीं है. It could be even finer. So specific surface area can go as high as 5000 centimeter square per gram. Now comes the very important bit which I am going to ask you. मैंने पढ़ाया था आपको clearly. What is specific surface area of our cement? OPC ले लेना, ordinary Portland cement. What was the answer? I hope you remember it. Answer was 225. Now a very important question. What was the units there? याद है आपको? Centimeter square or meter square per kg? It was meter square per kg, not centimeter square. Okay. So basic, I wantedly given the units in centimeter square per gram here so that it will create certain amount of confusion to you. सोचना पड़ता है. Okay. If you want to crack ESE, obviously you have to think about the different things given here. Okay. So in examination, let us say in SSC JE, the question comes like this, a very general question: what is specific surface area of cement? Okay. And there are four options: 2.25 and 22.5, 225 and 2250, and units are centimeter square per gram, centimeter square per gram, centimeter square per gram, centimeter square per gram. Now the people who doesn't focus on units, just remember the value like 225. They go and tick with 100% confidence that 225, and they will come to me and say, sir आपने गलत पढ़ा दिया था. See, you have to be careful with units. 225 for OPC, it was meter square per kg. Now let us convert it into centimeter square. Meter square to centimeter square, that will be 10 to the power of 4 centimeter square, right? Kg to gram, that will be 10 to the power of 3 gram. So if you divide, you will be getting 2250 centimeter square per gram. So the fineness of cement is 2250 centimeter square per gram, whereas our fly ash, it will be 3500 centimeter square per gram. Obviously common sense की बात है, because I was keep telling you that the size of your fly ash will be less compared to that of your cement. So obviously the specific surface area of our fly ash will be more than that cement. Okay, so far it is very clear, right? So once you read it, you will be more than perfect. Notes up पढ़ लेना. There is one mistake, 1 to 150 micrometer. The soft copy which I am providing you, it is already corrected. No need to worry, it is already corrected. But if you want to write down, you can write down again that the range of our fly ash, it is in the size range of 1 to 150 micrometer. And what is the color of this fly ash? Obviously you can see in various figures, right? It will be like grayish color to black color, right? Somewhere in light gray color to black color. So obviously the color is light gray to dark gray, or even it could be in brown color also. So up to what extent you can add this fly ash in our cement? It could be up to 30%. When you are adding this fly ash up to 30%, right, what is happening? Obviously it will decrease the strength of our concrete, because पहले तो आप सीमेंट भरते थे 100% सीमेंट has cementing properties, so obviously it will give you more strength. But here there is a twist. Generally strength आप कब measure करते हो? Strength will measure after 28 days, right? So whenever you are using this cement, you will be getting higher strength at 28 days compared to that of fly ash. Okay, if you are using 30% fly ash and 70% cement, obviously it will give you lesser strength when it comes to 28 days. But what is happening is, with respect to time, let us say after 3 months, the strength which is given by your cement directly और सीमेंट प्लस फ्लाई ऐश इट विल बी सेम 30% फ्लाई ऐश से आप जो सीमेंट बरतते हो ना इट विल गिव यू सेम स्ट्रेंथ बाय द एंड ऑफ 3 months. Okay, so it will be gaining strength continuously, where if you are using along with fly ash it will continuously grow the strength, and by the end of 3 months the strength will be same. If you continue the curing, okay, आप कंटिन्यू से पानी सप्लाई कर रहे हो, टेम्परेचर मेंटेन कर रहे हो, so what will happen, it will even increase more strength compared to our conventional cement. ठीक है, आफ्टर 3 months क्या हो रहा है, स्ट्रेंथ कैन इवन इंक्रीज मोर देन आवर 100% सीमेंट वैल्यू. ओके, it is very clear, right? So obviously these are very fine, right? So obviously permeability क्या हो जाएगा, whenever you are using fly ash the permeability will be reduced as soon as you are adding this fly ash to your cement. And fly ash slightly resistance to concrete, it slightly gives resistance to concrete to sulfate attack. Very important bit, whenever you are using fly ash it becomes sulfate resistant concrete. So another one important bit which you have to remember is whenever you are using fly ash, right, there will be 50 to 60% reduction in heat of hydration. Again a very good point, because if you are using in dams you can go for this, आप fly ash add कर सकते हो, because in dams I don't want high temperature, because heat of hydration is not a joke. It could even produce a temperature as high as 380 to 400 degrees centigrade. अगर temperature इतना ज़्यादा है so obviously it has to dissipate that heat, right? Heat is nothing but energy, so when it is trying to dissipate that energy it could blast it and form into powder form. तो इसी को क्या कहते हैं, स्लेकिंग भी कहते हैं. होप यू रिमेंबर इट, राइट? सो व्हाट इज हैपनिंग इफ the heat of hydration is high, it is problem, and especially in dams you will be using lot of concrete, so dissipation is even more difficult. That's why you will be seeing more cracks if you are going for normal concrete, there normal cement. Therefore we will be going for fly ash containing cement, which will reduce my heat of hydration to 50 to 60%. And obviously I have told you it will reduce the strength initially, right? 7 days and 28 days strength काफ़ी कम है. Similarly you can obviously correlate that the initial setting time will also be more when it comes to fly ash. Okay, fly ash क्या करेगा, सेट काफ़ी जल्दी नहीं होगा, it will give certain amount of time. So you have to understand, if you are using 30% of fly ash in your cement the setting time will go up by 2 hours. Again it is a good property, अगर initial setting time delay होता है it gives you time for working with your cement paste, right? So obviously it is again a good property. There are two types of fly ash. One is class F and class C. Class C is superior, class C काफ़ी अच्छा है, class F is not, it is also good. Fly ash is good यार, ऐसी कोई बात नहीं है, but class C is superior. So why class C is superior? Because इस C में क्या है, नाम से रिलेट कर सकते हो, इन सी यू विल बी हैविंग मोर CaO कंटेंट, कैल्शियम ऑक्साइड कंटेंट. सी कैल्शियम ऑक्साइड ऑब्वियसली it will have certain amount of cementing properties. We have been studying it from the time of cement. In lime also we have studied. So what is happening, obviously it will give both pozzolanic properties as well as cementing properties, the properties which I have explained to you above, right? So as well as cementing properties भी रहता है because it has high calcium oxide. Okay, whenever you are burning this lower grade wala coal like lignite and subbituminous, you will be getting this class C, which is actually good. Okay, so if you are burning very good coal which is anthracite, bituminous, then you will be getting class F. In this our calcium oxide content will be less, it could be less than 5%. That's why it will give you above properties, the properties which you have studied, the pozzolanic ash wala properties जो भी हमने ऊपर पढ़ा है it will give you. But what is happening, it is not contributing to any cementing properties. But if you are taking this class C, it has high calcium oxide, therefore extra cementing properties भी starting से ही देना शुरू कर देगा. I hope it is very clear, right? So this is all about fly ash. Now let us continue with different admixtures.